As Ramadan enters its last 10 days, Muslims are making use of these days, which come with many benefits and rewards, especially those associated with the sacred night of majesty known as Laylatul Qadr. LTV correspondent Laylatul Yusuf in this report takes a look at the benefits of these days and why Muslims should not miss out on them. Her report.
Laylatul Qadr, a mystery night unknown to mankind, is known as Night of Power, Night of Majesty, and one which Muslims look out for in the last 10 days of Ramadan because it falls in one of the odd nights in the last 10 days. Who knows which of the days? Maybe 21st, 23rd, 25th, 27th, or 29th day of Ramadan. The night is described as the most rewarding night, full of blessings, a night of answered prayers and forgiveness of sins, a night better than 1,000 months.
If you are lucky and you are fortunate to be favored on that day, the favor of one night is an equivalent of more than 83 years of ibadah or worshiping Almighty Allah. If what you do on that single night is accepted by the great Almighty Allah, it will amount to having worshipped Him, getting a satisfaction for more than 83 years.
Starting from the 28th day. So therein, basically, they go into act of worship, reading of the Quran, which of course Ramadan itself is the month of the Quran. Then you listen to sermons, lectures. You can also engage in issue of zikri, that is remembrance of Allah. Remembrance of Allah, you make a lot of supplications, you make requests, and of course you pray, to the best of your ability.
At times, our calculation may be wrong. That is why it is more advisable that all the 10 days of the last day of Ramadan, one should add more, to do more of the supplication, to do more of the remembrance of Allah.
To be a beneficiary of the sacred night, the last 10 days of Ramadan is dedicated to the acts of worship. In search of this night, many Muslims spend the days in seclusion, known as itikaf, where sole focus is reconnecting with Allah in solitude.
It has been recommended that you take the last 10 days of Ramadan for it. That is, it has been identified that itikaf is recommended for you if you are fortunate to have it. Do it in the last 10 days of Ramadan so that you continue with askar, that is the remembrance of Allah. Because once your sin have been forgiven, definitely Ghafurur Rahim, Allah is forgiver. Then after He must have forgive you, He will now bless you.
The last 10 days is the rebirth of those people that are true Muslim. And why the efficacy of itikaf is to allow all of us to come to the mosque, to seclude ourselves from the world, to observe nawafil, to observe prayer, to observe the necessary prayers that is meant for us to be observed in the midnight.
For Muslims, every moment counts in the month of Ramadan, and the last 10 days are the most rewarding, as Muslims continue to make the most in good deeds, almsgiving, reciting Quran, and supplication to Allah. Laylatul Yusuf, LTV News.